Hello, this is Mike of Nearly Enough Dice. This is the Kerbal Space Program. What? Nice. Hang on. Right. So what's happening here is I'm somehow failing. There we go. To make a very simple test rig. I have a problem. I have a problem that the Aluminium Rhinoceros is in space. Does not have a heat shield, and I cannot attach a heat shield to it, which is going to make deorbiting it basically impossible. Oh, wow, we move in. There we go. So I've made this ridiculous craft here. It's not even a craft, really. But basically, it's a hitchhiker module with one Kerbal in it, but it's remote controlled because you can't actually control things from the hitchhiker container, which is probably a good thing when you get down to it. And it's got a claw on the front. So we're just going to roll this down and then put on the brakes. Yeah, it's going to have electricity forever. So what I am testing here, is whether or not you can do crew transfers, because I have tourists in my in the Aluminium Rhinoceros, and tourists can't do EVAs. And now everything's gone a bit weird. I think my graphics might not be working. We'll try it anyway. Transfer test rig, and we're going to put our engineer inside there. Launch. Did I not save it? Don't crash. Alright, let's get back here. Time for the game to crash. Right, where was I? Okay, so I have tourists up in space, and I would like them to not be in space anymore, but I have managed to put them in a situation where they don't have heat shields, have to go get them. But tourists cannot do EVAs. This is a bit of a problem. Let's arm that. So I need to find out how to do. Can I do transfers? Now, I believe you can. Well, you can definitely do transfers with the full-sized. Oh, wish my brain would work occasionally. With the full-sized docking port. I believe you can also do it with the docking port junior, even though it says in the text that you can't do it. But I don't know whether or not you can do it with the claw. Alright, have we just joined? I'm not sure if we've joined. Alright, we seem to have joined. Okay, so according to this, yes you can. Or at least astronauts can. Right, so I'd have to do it, transfer, and then I would choose right. Because otherwise I would have to do it. I would have to definitely dock with them, and as I've established, docking's kind of difficult. Okay, so we'll cover that. So I can send up something with a claw, and that should work. So I'm going to need something with enough storage space for all concerned. And preferably, well, it's going to have to be controlled remotely to start off with, and then because one, obviously I've got a pilot in there, so get rid of that. What I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to load up the second Aluminium Rhinoceros. Right, it is not landing. I can therefore take those off. I also need to have it. I need to get rid of this ridiculous arrangement here. So if I just grab those, excellent. Working better than I expected. Okay, so it's now just got actually, yeah, apparently, I really designed this badly. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, there we go. Brilliant. Oh my lord. How badly was this put together? And finally, I'm going to take that off. Or if we're going to put on, we're going to put on. I don't know if it's the case, but when I was launching it before, it would drift off to this way, and I don't think these. I think these are massless, but I'm not sure. So I don't know if having just the one was dragging it off center. Anyway, we are going to slap a core of some description in there. Going to give it a nice core, because this is going to be empty of people. It starts off with Jebediah and then by default. And I'm going to rename this because this is not the Aluminium Rhinoceros 2. I've had very nicely, Jay's come up with a bunch of different names, but I've already decided on a name for this one. Replacement bus service. So hitchhiker container, yes. Okay, so now I'm going to want to. I do have a ton of parachutes on this thing, because this was originally this section here was originally set up for when there was actually 2 hitchhiking containers, not just the one. So there are in fact there's more than one parachute per Kerbal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off. I'm going to back here. I'm going to chuck the claw on top, which looks utterly stupid. Oh, is that what I want to do? That looks so stupid, and I'd have to redo the fairing. That looks so stupid. Let's find that parachute again. Might be worth chucking a drogue chute on, actually, but I don't think I've never used drogue chute. The other option is to put the claw on the side here, right? At which point I need to make sure there's some RCS available. Take that temporarily off the side. See what the mass is like here. Center of mass, that is. I can't quite add this. There's a mod out there for which is an RCS balancer, so I can actually get an idea of. So I can't put it directly on here because it's actually fairing between the heat shield and the stack separator. So yeah, there's a mod which will actually demonstrate. If I put RCS on it, it will show me whether or not it's balanced. So ideally, what I want that to be is if I then put ones that are as close to as the you know, the same side, same distance on either side as I can, because this is what is going to be moseying up to the rhinoceros. So I'm going to want to go up there and go sideways, and then so it's going to have some RCS. I don't have to adjust the fairing. Originally the fairing had that big bulge because this originally had those landers, which I don't need anymore. I just need that transfer stage. So I can go up there, attach the claw, transfer everybody over, even though it makes no sense that this is the thing you can do. Yeah, everything should be fine from there. Now, how big, what kind of fuel tanks? Given I'm going to be doing RCS stuff, it seems like a good idea to have some RCS tanks on board. Seeing what sizes I have available. I've got a great big one there. I'm thinking I'll just use that one. Slightly differently. Whoop. And then see the thing. This block here, this adapter is completely empty. You know, it's just an empty thing. It doesn't have anything in it at all. So I don't see why. I mean, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if the rock will immediately just complain if I do that. The other option is to find. Yeah, I don't. yeah, I think we're gonna. I think we're not going to do it that way. It seems to me like that's a thing you should be. I mean, it feels to me like you should be able to do that because this is just empty space. But it just feels wrong. So what I will instead do is chuck on some monochrome tanks like that. And hope I don't screw up the center of mass too much. Okay, already, right, okay. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to grab that one. Not sure. But I am going to move those slightly up because you can see they were being obstructed by the claw there. They still look alright. Well, I'm just going to have to go with it. So that's a fair amount of monoprop. Empty crew cab, that's fine. Engine jetson. Oh, I should have to. This engine will be jettisoned before you're able to use it. This mission. Hatch obstructed. I don't think any of the hatches are obstructed. Oh, well, there might be because it's under the fairing. Right, hang on. Let's see. Which engine is it complaining about? That engine. That engine will be. Oh yeah, okay. Let's check our staging then, shall we? Oh, so it will. I suspect I wanted actually, possibly directly in there. Always check your staging, ladies and gentlemen. Stage, although I'll probably just junk that. Do I have any action groups set up? Yeah, my brakes deploy the okay. I have an abort. There you go. See, my problem, I often forget whether or not I've got action groups set up. I may have also set one up to back when I attached this with a whole docking port setup. Okay, I think the replacement bus service can be saved. No crew, that's what I want. And the only untested thing is how good the RCS setup is. And do I have enough RCS to work? And technically I don't know whether or not tourists can transfer the way that trained astronauts can, but I know trained astronauts can't. Trained astronauts can EVA, but tourists can't. I'm just desperately hoping they can transfer, because if they can't transfer, then they're never getting out of that ship alive, which would be a bit of a shame. So that last one, and that's just that, and then many parachutes. Alright, so the only thing to do now is to actually see if I can do it, and that's going to be the next episode. So thanks so much for watching. Do hit like and subscribe if you've been enjoying these. You can find Near Left Dice at nearleftdice.com, and also we are on Twitter and Facebook. And until next time,